So I always used to think that I was going to have to eat boring chicken, rice and veg with no flavour if I ever wanted to lose fat. However, after losing over 25 kg, I've realised that that is in fact not the case, and our food doesn't need to be sad in order to drop fat. In fact, it's actually the polar opposite, and the more interesting you can keep your food and the more enjoyable you can keep your food, the more likely you are to be able to drop fat, because newsflash, you're not absolutely hating the things that you're eating every single day. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is T, and in today's video I'm just going to be taking you through a very kind of random what I eat in a day for fat loss. Now, a little bit of context, I am in an 8-week cutting phase at the moment, so basically I just decided to whip out my camera and record what I was eating throughout the day. Can I just start this video by saying this is just what I eat, and just because I am eating this does not mean that you have to eat this. Also, this is just what I'm choosing to eat for this day. I don't eat this all the time. I don't eat this every day. Every single day my diet will change depending on what I am in the mood for, what I want to cook. I don't eat this every single day. This was just a very random day of eats, but I want to take you guys along with me to kind of give you an idea as to what I get up to when I am in a fat loss phase, what kind of stuff I'm eating, and why I'm eating it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Good morning guys, how are we all? You're gonna have to excuse the absolute acne breakout that's going on in my chin right now. I'm not sure what's happening, but anyways, not the point of the video. So I'm gonna get into my breakfast, what I'm having today. When it comes to fat loss for me, I am quite boring. I'm a creature of habit, and when I know like the calories and the macro split of something, I'm gonna keep that shit the same, like almost day in, day out. The biggest thing I'm gonna do is rotate my protein sources or rotate the sauces that I'm using to spice it up a bit. But whenever I'm in a fat loss phase, whatever I find what works, I will typically stick to it. So let's get into breakfast. So recently I've been loving like breakfast burrito type of vibes, and also just being able to have my breakfast ready literally in 2 or 3 minutes. So some of you may find this weird, and I used to find the idea of it weird, but I will basically like prep my eggs in an omelette form. So this is what it looks like. Don't judge, okay? It tastes better than what it looks, but this is the thing with fat loss, right? It's preppable, it's already made, it's ready to go, and my breakfast isn't gonna take like 30 minutes to make. And basically what this is 2 eggs, 100 grams of egg whites, and then shitloads of vegetables. So I think I've got like red onion, tomatoes, mushroom, and something else in there. Just whatever veg I've got in my fridge, maybe red onion. And I'll basically make 2 or 3 portions of this in the oven. I'll mix it all up and then I'll just split it. And then I just add this to a wrap in the morning time. So it's basically already prepped. I will give it a little heat up, but you can take these on the go with you and eat it cold. It's depending on your preference. So this has already got everything in there that I need. It's already prepped, it's in the fridge. And all I'm gonna do now is add this to a wrap. So it gives breakfast burrito vibes. Also, there is cheese in this as well, so I've got some fat in there too. So we've got a nice mix of protein, fats and carbs, and then also we've got our veggies for our micronutrients and some extra fiber. So all in all, a pretty well balanced meal, and it's given me, you know, protein to help with my satiation as well, which is going to keep me fuller until I get up to lunchtime. And yeah, ideally this is something that I will go for, and because it's coming into winter, I like the idea of a hot breakfast. Okay, so I've literally just took that out of the microwave. I'm gonna put it in a wrap, and yeah, that is pretty much breakfast. You see how easy, quick and easy that was? My breakfast is literally made in like 2.5 seconds. And here we have it, meal 1. It may not look good, but you know what? It usually tastes good, and it's functional, it's preppable, and it doesn't take me ages to make. I've actually managed to get myself ready for the day and make myself look presentable. I've just been doing a little bit of work for a while, got myself ready, and now I'm gonna head out to get some steps in, and you guys can come with me. Let's go for a walk. Come on, come on. You wanna go for a walk? You wanna go for a walk? Look at you, so excited. You excited for your walk? I know, we're gonna go for a walk. Yes, we're gonna go for a walkies. Okay, let's go. Guys, you know how much I ramble on about getting your steps in whenever you're dropping fat, but like it's so true. Like getting out and going for a walk just makes such a difference. And whenever I was at the very start of my fat loss journey, like whenever I weighed 240 pounds, I basically just started walking, and walking till this day, almost 3 years later, I still go for a walk every single day. Getting your steps in, it's low impact, doesn't take much out of you, and it's just a really nice way of moving your body. And romanticize your walks as much as you want to, like, you know, get a coffee, meet your friends, wear a nice little outfit, you know, just getting your body moving in some way, shape or form. So it's really important when you are on a fat loss journey to have a step goal set. And what I always say, you don't need to straight off go for 10,000 steps straight off the bat. Just figure out what you're currently already doing and then add 1 to 2k steps on top of that and meet that daily. Do not, and I mean do not, underestimate the power of moving your body. It is lunchtime and I'm about to make my lunch. And one thing you're going to notice about me is there is Tupperware containers everywhere. I like to do a lot of meal prep and ingredient prep, which means that when it comes to actually eating my meals throughout the week, that I literally just have to grab them from the fridge, heat them up, and maybe take like 5 or 10 minutes just putting it all together. I do not like to wait for my food. If I have to wait for my food and I'm hungry, chances are I'm going to end up in the cupboards rummaging through them and just eating a load of shit, okay? So this is my ingredient prep. Now it is Thursday, so I'm running a little bit low, but I've got chicken, I've got a couple of potatoes left, and then I'm just going to bulk that all up with some salad. And I'm going to kind of run you through the run through of my plate whenever it's made to help you understand what I've got on there and why I've got it on there as well for fat loss. Okay guys, so this is today's lunch. I haven't put any sauce on it yet, but really basic, but the basics work for me around here. So I'm gonna run you through my plate whenever I sit down, but I've basically got lots of veg, salad, loads of chicken, and then potatoes and some cheese. Guys, having my camera right in front of me while I'm eating kind of feels like we're on a little lunch date. So maybe if you're eating your lunch at this time, we're having a virtual lunch date, right? But before I go any further, I gotta pray before I eat. Alrighty, it is time to get hooked in. Coke Zero. Crispy. Coke Zero or Pepsi Max. Also, I'm missing a nail. I'm gonna go get my nails done today. I'm thinking like a winter burgundy color vibe, you know? You saying hello, Kodak? So I wanted to run you over what was on my plate and what I was eating, but I was too hungry. I needed to eat it first. I just needed to, do you know what I mean? So basically the way I try and break my plate down is considering 4 main components, right? The first component is going to be protein, which was my chicken source there. Protein, you want to be thinking about your protein kind of at every meal whenever you're losing fat, because it's the most satiating macronutrient, okay? Macronutrient, okay? It's going to keep you full. It's going to keep you satiated, and also you want to be eating protein to help with maintaining your muscle mass as you were dropping fat as well. Because if you're strength training and stuff, you want to be maintaining as much muscle as you can. You don't want to be losing any muscle, or you want to minimize the muscle mass that you're having when you are dropping fat. So protein's going to help with that. Then we want to be thinking about our carbohydrate source. This is going to be anything like potatoes, rice, pasta, things like that there. I would also always try, and if you can, aim for like a wholemeal source as well. So that way you can have an increase in fiber, okay? So fiber is really good to be getting in your diet as well too. And having a wholemeal source of carbs, I know they're not always the nicest, but just having that little bit of an increase in fiber will help with your digestion and just help with your overall satiation as well, okay? So fiber is going to help to keep you full that little bit longer. Then the third component, which we want to be considering, is non-starchy vegetables. Non-starchy veg in particular is basically where you can eat a lot of it for little calories, okay? So this is where we're bulking up the meal. This is where we're getting the bulk of the meal from, okay? And again, when we are dropping fat, we want to feel like we're eating a lot of food, and we still want to eat a lot of food. That's where you want to be getting about 40 to 50% of your plate non-starchy vegetables. And non-starchy vegetables are just those vegetables that have a less carbohydrate count than starchy vegetables. So that's where you want to be coming in with your mushrooms, onions, peppers, all of that other kind of stuff, just salady stuff in general. And then the last thing I like to consider is my healthy fats. Now I ended up having some cheese on the side basically as an alternative and some healthy fats in there. So that was kind of how I built up my lunch, and that's basically the pillars that I like to consider when I'm having food on my fat loss. And even if I'm not in a fat loss phase, that's pretty much the structure for a well-balanced meal. Obviously, you know, fat count, carb count, protein count can change depending on what your goal is. You know, if you're training for performance based, if you're training for muscle building, but from a fat loss side, that's typically what I will try and aim for. If you didn't notice, I had my digital weighing scales out. Weigh and measure things out whenever you're dropping fat. Stop eyeballing things. Stop thinking that you know the amount. This is really going to help you actually understand the amount of food that you're having. Because like I spoke about in my videos before, 9 times out of 10, girl, you're not even in a calorie deficit because you're not counting your food. Do you know what I mean? So get the weighing scales out when you're tracking your calories. Make sure that you're having the correct portion sizes and commit to it. So yeah, that's how I build my lunch, and gotta get back to work. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, it is snack time and I'm going with my trusty watermelon. Watermelon is such a hack whenever you're dropping fat. It is so filling because there's water, there's a lot of water in it, and the amount of volume that you can have for it. This pot was like full and it was literally like 70 calories. Once I finish this, I'm gonna go and get my nails done. I'm so excited. I actually can't wait. But I love the after whenever your nails are done and they're just like fresh and crispy and you feel like a baddie. So I'm going to go and get my nails done and then I'll report back in for dinner after. So I am back and I got my nails done. They're so pretty. You know whenever you get your nails done and you're just like, pow, like yes, yes, yes. Anyways, I'm getting off the topic. About to have my dinner and I basically just made some basic shit as I always do. We've got salmon, rice and veg. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. I've just got out of the shower, so the spots are back, but again, just showing my nails. Also, I did make this here this evening. It was like a chocolate oat recipe thing that I found on Instagram, and I was just giving it a try. Like it looks good. It looks like something I would want to eat, but would I probably make it again? No. It's more so like I was expecting it to be different. Like I wanted it to be a bit more chocolatey. Maybe I could make it a bit more chocolatey, but I was basically just trying a little bit. Like, do you know what I mean? It looks nice. And it's got like, there's good protein, there's good fibre in it, and like it's grand. Maybe if I paired it with some yogurt or something, it would be better, but I think I just needed to lower my expectation and realise that it's not going to taste like an actual fudge chocolate brownie tries, you know? I'm not finished eating yet because none of my days end without a cup of tea and a ripple, but I'm not quite there yet, so bear with me. Okay guys, it is officially that time. I'm in bed and it is 20 to 10 and I'm in bed. That is just perfect. I've also just put tan on, but sorry, totally irrelevant. Of course, no day would be complete without a ripple. This is what I look forward to every single night, and I just get excited to come and get into my bed with a cup of tea and a ripple. I am having a green tea. Look at my little mug. This is, oh, hang on. Hello.
You're talking to YouTube?
Yeah.
Hello. YouTube.
I was literally just showing YouTube the cup that you got me, and I'm just having my Ripple, and now I'm off on the phone. So goodbye YouTube. If you enjoyed today's video guys, please be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down below, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss another video from me. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.